And the best treatment for the overtraining syndrome a lot of times is prevention. You got to periodize and you got to change up the actual training program. You got to find out how much you actually need. A lot of times I think that we actually overtrain, and then we figure out we're training too much, so then we back off. That's kind of a bit of a bizarre type of concept. Think of it almost as a drug. Would you take just a ton of drugs to find out what you actually do until you actually get side effects and then go, geez, I'm starting to get side effects, I better back off? Versus if you start taking certain type of drugs, start slow and go, I'm still not getting effect, increase the dosage, increase the dosage, increase the dosage. That's a far safer way. Clinically, I do the same thing with supplements. I start low and go high. You don't get in trouble. If you go high and then you have to cut back, then you got to deal with the complications that you just created, which isn't a good thing. Next slide. So what I did is I created this form here. Some of you have seen it. It's a training stress level questionnaire. And this is taken off the Cornell Medical Index. Some of these questions, some of them is what we see clinically in the actual training procedures. So 1 is decreased appetite. So 0 is symptoms not present, 1 is mild, 2 moderate, 3 is severe. Now, this is obviously subjective. You're going to have to, there's no objective testing here, but we do have some objective testing at the bottom. Disturbed sleep. They also found, and Charles Poliquin, I asked him this question, has there been a good test for overtraining yet? And he said the best test, and he said all these different researchers and countries have put together a lot of different studies, and what they found is a lot of the blood tests and everything else really aren't that accurate, the cortisols and everything else. What he did find is that when it starts to affect you psychologically and physiologically, that's a better parameter as opposed to just going by the static types of tests. So